this video, you'll learn about 10 tips, 10 ways to combine clairaudience with clairvoyance to activate both of them and supercharge your psychic senses, supercharge your ability to be able to connect to the angelic realms and spiritual guidance. But before we continue, remember to like this video and subscribe for more videos like this one. And remember to stick around to the end of the video because I have a special treat just for you today. Tip 1, first we're going to do a special visualization clairaudient exercise that's very vivid. It's an excellent way to activate both. So first of all, take a flower and put it in a vase or a jar in front of you, and I want you to focus on it. I want you to notice vividly the colors of the flower, the shape of its petals, the shape of its leaves, what its stem looks like. Is it leaning right or left? If the flower could speak, what would it say to you? This might seem a little silly, but plants are proven to respond to music, so they can communicate to you telepathically as well. So again, focus on that flower. If it could speak to you, if it could communicate to you telepathically, what would it be saying right now? How would it make you feel? What would you hear? When you do these unusual exercises, it can really help to supercharge your psychic senses. So tip 2, daydreaming. Lucid daydreaming is fantastic. So again, keep that flower in mind that we just worked on. And now I want to do an exercise with one of your favorite angels. I'm going to pick the Archangel Gabriel with his blue light and his assistance with communication. So visualize Gabriel bringing that flower to you, handing that flower to you. What does he look like? What is the expression on the angel's face as he hands that flower to you? How does it make you feel? See the angel's lips moving and feel his communication telepathically. What is the Archangel Gabriel saying to you as he hands that flower to you? Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your senses. Let the vision of Archangel Gabriel and the hearing of the communication flood through your psychic senses. Notice that there's now music swelling in the background, angelic music. Maybe it's something a little more modern and catchy with a guitar, for example, or a saxophone, if you prefer more jazzy. So again, let that music flood over you while Gabriel is communicating with you and in your presence. Tip number 3, connect with your spiritual guides with the angelic realm throughout the day. Realize that they are invested in helping build your psychic senses. Ask them to help you with your clairaudience and your clairvoyance. Ask them for guidance and pause for a moment and activate that daydream. Imagine how they're responding to you. Imagine what they're saying to you. And again, take a little note in your phone or write it down in a journal or notebook you might carry with you. It's really enlightening to track these messages. You might want to write down a response to a coworker or ideas that they might give you about your next actions in your work. Creative ideas that they can be giving to you all the time and to enhance your work and help you to be a better service to others. So again, ask a question and listen for a response. Realize that you're always getting a response. They're always responding to you. So at first, you'll have to imagine a response. They're giving you little nudges too, and you might be shocked when you have coworkers or friends actually say the response to you for them, because it's easy for the spiritual realms, for angels or your guides to speak through them to you. Make sure to record these responses as well. Tip number 4, set an intention that you will be growing your clairaudience and your clairvoyance, your ability to see and hear psychically together. and set an intention that you will be able to receive that guidance clearly. Realize that the spiritual realms are always giving this guidance to you. Then voila, look for the signs of guidance. You can ask for specific signs. Give me a clear sign that what I'm doing is going in the right direction. You might be shocked at a clear response from a license plate you might see, or you might want to receive a white bird feather in response. Also, you might ask for something really specific like a heart in response, showing you're going in the right direction, and be shocked when you get a card from a friend with a heart on it. I receive combined dreams every night, just like most of our dreams are, in full color, giving me responses to my requests and answers to what I'm asking for, and they will be very visual, and I will hear them, sense them, feel them, and have my clairvoyance and clairaudience clearly combined in both. Tip number 4, add meditation to your daily practice. I talk about meditation frequently on this channel because meditation is absolutely key to growing your intuition and your psychic senses. So make sure and meditate to receive guidance and to activate your combined clairaudience and clairvoyance. One meditation I absolutely love is the temple meditation, where I envision when I'm meditating going up some steps to 2 doors, and behind door 1 or door 2, I could have one or the other guide, and I pick one, go through, meet my guide, and have a conversation with them. In your mind, picture what that guide looks like. Ask them for their name. It can be really unusual, it can seem really weird, but make sure and write it down, and the reason for that name will become very clear to you eventually. So make sure and go to this special place, to this temple meeting place, for a special chat, for a one-on-one guidance with your guides. So tip 6, don't forget to journal. But today I'm talking about journaling much more specifically than I have in other videos. So journaling is a great way to communicate with the higher realms and activate both your clairaudience and your clairvoyance together. Being able to visualize and imagine hearing the responses that you're getting. But it helps to be very specific in your questions you're asking when you're journaling, and I'll give you examples of questions you might want to ask when you're journaling today. One question you can ask: in what way can I specifically grow my intuitive gifts and skills? Then listen, imagine a response, see a response, hear a response to your question. Take some deep breaths, relax, then write it down. The next question that would be really helpful is, what message does my higher self have about my psychic development? Your higher self is the greater self of you that is still existing in the heavenly realms that can guide you. So listen again for those responses. The next question you might want to ask are, who are my main guides and what are their names? This is a really fun question, so let your imagination run wild. Let your intuition grasp on anything that comes to you immediately. You want to write down the first thing. If they're an archangel or an angel or a specific master or spiritual guide, and what their names are, and make it really fun. Another and final question I have for you today you could ask in your journaling is, what is my special function, and how can I use my special skills, my special calling in helping humanity? Again, intuit the answer visually like a daydream, hearing the answers also as telepathically or through your clairaudience. Tip number 7, practice giving readings. Giving readings, I found, is the absolute best way to build your psychic senses, to build your combined clairaudience and clairvoyance. And what I do is I join with groups, come from all over the world, and we give each other psychic readings. It's really fun, and it helps you relax more and be able to lock into your spiritual awareness. It's fun too. You learn to let visions pour over you, and it can feel like you're imagining responses till you find people squealing on the other end and telling you that is so very accurate. It's fantastic. And I will be offering classes on how to do these readings. There'll be Zoom classes as well as opportunities for budding psychics that would like to learn to give readings to each other, or more advanced psychics that would like to just practice as well. So make sure and leave me a comment below if you'd like me to ping you when these classes become available. I guarantee they'll be fun and help you learn and grow in your psychic awareness. Tip number 8, here's a very specific and fun telepathic and clairvoyance exercise. Imagine a friend, a close friend that you have. Imagine them clearly in your mind and ask them to contact you. Imagine them contacting you. You'll be shocked how often this will actually happen. Tip number 9, take a class or course. There are many excellent teachers on combining clairaudience, clairvoyance, and your other psychic senses to activate your ability to be able to bloom and grow your psychic senses. I am just one of them, but I will be offering these classes soon, as I mentioned previously. So if you're interested in joining some of these classes and finding out more about them, make sure and drop me a comment below. Tip number 10, using Zener cards. Zener cards are really fun, and it's a great way to activate your psychic senses. You can buy Zener cards off Amazon or other places as well. They're fun because they have shapes on them, everything from squares to circles, and they can be in different colors, to squiggles, that sort of thing. So you can use them to practice face down, pulling one and guessing which one it is. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. You'll be absolutely amazed. I really have a great time practicing with these. You can also practice pulling a card and sending what its shape is mentally to a friend that you have on the other line, or you're sitting with at dinner or over lunch, and see if they can pick up your telepathic communication, or do it vice versa. You'll love this next video I have for you. Make sure and go here to view our video on how to hear your angels and spirit guides.